বারোটা।
Good morning, everybody. Respected Sri Puneet Agarwal, Principal Secretary IT Tripura, in this program. I would like to welcome Sri Puneet Agarwal, Principal Secretary IT, Institute of Technology, and the other placement coordinators, and all the student entrepreneurs.
Startup ecosystem, to which we have a schedule which we'll be following up with.
Today about the ecosystem and the investors. Sri
Saina, who is the CEO and founder of Technicia, one of the successful student entrepreneurs and youth entrepreneurs out of East India. Are empowering the youth and all startup aspirants in this particular state. And everybody here, our dignitaries, to our participants here who've taken their valuable time. And
easy because IT tool helps in simplifying various things. Whatever work we have been doing in a conventional way, that used to be cumbersome, time consuming, requiring more efforts. With application of information technology tools, we find that it easier to reach to a large masses, able to disseminate information with much less efforts, and even collection of information, and based on that data analytics, mining, and then based on that taking decision, that becomes easier. So that's why you find in the IT sector such initiatives, such efforts to bring some solution used to be high. Keeping that in mind, as of now we have ITS startup scheme, but we find that apart from IT sector, there are other non-tech sectors also which have lot of scope for taking up startups. Keeping that in mind, state government has already in the process of setting up one startup venture capital fund in the state where any startups of any sector, whether it's IT or non-IT, all would be provided support under that venture capital fund. And so that is already in advanced stage. In the new financial year, we would be able to set it up that venture fund. Idea is to have it 50 crore startup fund with 15 crore already earmarked by the state government in their next year's budget, and we will be having some support from the fund manager who will be assisting us in managing that fund, and there will be issue option also to get fund from various leading public sector undertakings. So that venture capital fund would be sector agnostic. So even non-IT sectors, maybe related to health, food, any transport, any sector could be covered under that. And it's very good that we have with us NASSCOM in supporting the state in all such initiatives. NASSCOM has a good reputation, good track record of supporting such startups. As it was discussed in the last presentation. Already this 10,000 startups program is being organized where various startups from all over India are being promoted. I am told in the last such 10,000 startup scheme, total 27 startups were selected where 2 were from Tripura. So that itself shows that despite being located in one corner of the country and being a smallest, despite being a small state, the idea, the enthusiasm, the zeal among the students is very high. They want to have a separate identity, make a mark on the map of the India. So that's very good. So my full support, my full uh, assistance is there. Whatever guidance is required in further improving our government policies for promoting startup, there would be seeking your guidance today. The two technical sessions which are scheduled after this inaugural session. The idea is to seek input from you, whatever have been done by the state so far, based on the input received by us. We have uh, made a beginning, but how we can further improve it, or how we can make it more simplified, so that response from the prospective entrepreneurs, prospective startup companies could be more. That idea would be listening today. So I would request you to be very frank. Whatever problems you may have faced in approaching to the state department, DIT, even getting guidance from our mentor, the agency NESCOM, who we have already partnered with for providing all necessary guidance. That we would be very keen to listen from you. NESCOM has already undertaken various events to make a connect with such prospective entrepreneurs. Uh, as I was going through, they have already undertaken events like at this student level, those who are student having innovative ideas, for them they have conducted ideathon, and based on that whatever promising ideas were found, those were identified, and then those were nurtured, and they were given guidance what are the further steps to convert it into prototype and then go to the market. Same with already existing new entrepreneurs, they also need some guidance. For that also separately they have conducted sessions, and apart from IT startup, non-IT startups are also being promoted. So overall, it's a very new, challenging field, and it is developing with every passing day. So we need to learn from others what all is happening all over the world, and so even if we are in Tripura nowadays. It's very easy to get connected with any other resource person who may be located anywhere in the country or even abroad. So, through virtual events, wherever we find that anyone can give us guidance, maybe from our side, we are trying to arrange various events by which interaction could be held. Investors Connect, then other such events. We are trying to make a connect between the startup, the investor companies, the other faculty members or resource person who may give us guidance. But if you have any ideas, if you want to get in touch with particular company, particular resource person, that should also be shared with us, so that how we can mobilize their support for our program, that we will look into. So overall, it has to be a constructive approach and collaborative approach by which the idea would be to get to give promotion to all such startups who are developed and stationed in Tripura. So Tripura people, I am finding they are, after passing out from various technical institutions here, are going out to other places like Bangalore, Hyderabad. But if they can take up some entrepreneurial activity on their own, then they may perhaps would not be required to move out. In Tripura, we find that it is good in terms of power availability, in terms of internet availability, in terms of manpower availability. If we find from that angle, the costing and resource availability is quite good. So if we take advantage of all those resources and make a good proposal, then with the help of departmental schemes, with the help of STPI incubation facilities and their program, even other central government programs, we would be able to set up a good startup from Tripura, which would give a big name to your startup as well as to the state. So without welcome to Shri Arvind Kothari, Deputy Manager NESCOM, Shri Devashish Chakravarti, CEO and co-founder Mainstage Hub, Shri Sumal Sinha, CEO Technique Sia, Dr. Sumandeep from Assistant Professor NIT, other technical faculty members from other technical institutes of Tripura, startup members, and other dignitaries. As we all know, today we have assembled here to discuss how we can promote startups in Tripura. Startup is something, it started not something new. That startup has been going on from earlier times also, but now at national level also, much importance, much prominence is being given to promote innovative ideas of the youth. Keeping that in mind, in Tripura also we have set up one IT/ITS startup scheme in the year 2019, where the idea is that whoever are having innovative ideas, who want to do something new, having some out-of-box proposal for finding some conventional problems, that should be promoted. And the idea of giving ecosystem for the startup is that if something new is being proposed, there are chances, the risk involved is quite high, so there are chances that one may falter. But having such startup policies to promote them, even if their risks are high, they need to be nurtured, they have to be handholded, so that wherever risk is high, they could be given some guidance, some support, so that even if they may falter at one stage, they may again muster their courage and make another attempt with maybe new idea, with new approach. So keeping that in mind, startup policy has been framed in the state, and I'm pleased to see that we are getting very good response from the students, from even the new entrepreneurs. So far, this was launched in 2019. So as of now, we have got total 10 startups who have been given benefit under the scheme. 2 more applications are pending, and under this, we give them support, 100% rebate for electricity charge, for bandwidth, even support is given for filing patent, whether it's in the national level or international level. Then manpower support also is being given for 1 year, and if for the proof of concept up to 10 lakh support we are giving to each such successful selected entrepreneur. So it's good that this policy is helping the students, helping the young entrepreneurs to come forward and test their ideas. And we have already this STPI, Software Technology Park of India, where they had set up this plug and play incubation facility. We have also from the STPI taken one incubation center where dedicated facility is there. So whoever wants to try and test their ideas, they can come forward and apply under the scheme. Similarly, we are having one new generation innovation network, where we have supported 4 technical institutions in the state so far. It's the NIT, TIT, Techno India, and ICSI. So there, the idea that young students in their final year who have some ideas to develop it into a prototype and place it before the market, that idea should be promoted and they should be given some guidance. The idea may be very raw, so how that can be defined under the guidance of the faculty members of that institute. That purpose we took note of, and then we have under this scheme supporting technical institutions for creating one-time infrastructure facility in the institute. So 10 lakh financial support are being given. Already all these 4 institutes have been provided that support, and 5 students each such post institution are being provided support up to 1 lakh for testing their idea, building a prototype, and making them connect with their mentor, with probable investors. So all that support is going on. So far we have been able to cover 4 institutes. The idea is to cover more such technical institutes in the coming year. Similarly,
subscribe to Tripura Info and press the bell icon so that you never miss any latest updates and news on Tripura.